In this video, we're going to take a look at the Losi Hammer Rey, unbox it, look at a couple of features of it, do a size comparisons too to some of the larger 7-scale vehicles, and then we're going to speed test it and then take it off-road. All right, y'all, so I do have one of these Hammer Reys. I told you guys that they have a pretty interesting sales and stuff going on. I'll put a link down below in the description where you can get this and then a couple other things too. And I do have the Nitro buggy coming as well. That's coming the next day or so, Losi 8 Nitro, and I may convert that to electric at some point in time. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. But I did go ahead and get the red one. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on unboxing this. This vehicle's been out for over a year, and there's tons of videos and stuff on it. So what I'll do is I'll just take a quick look at this. I'm interested in these lights on it just to see kind of how bright they are and how this looks. And then also just do a quick speed test. Now, I know that this performs better off-road where you don't get as much traction. On road, it's too much traction. It's solid axle. We're going to be all over the place. We're going to flip, tear the body up, but I'm not really trying to do that. I may just leave this as a shelf queen. I'm not 100% sure. But this is 2 to 4S capable. And it's got 120 or 30 amp. I think it's 130 amp speed controller in it. And I believe a 3150 kV motor with it. But like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time because this has been out for over a year. And right now you can probably get it at a pretty good deal. So if they're still in stock. So I'll leave a link, like I said, below in the description to this if you guys want to check out these deals. And let's go ahead and let's just get this open. I'm going to stick a battery in and take a close look at this real quick. Wow, and there it is. And this vehicle is a lot larger than I had anticipated. Even though it's 10 scale, I'm normally thinking 10 scale like a Traxxas Stampede or Armor Granite or something like that. So this is actually large. This is basically literally almost 7 scale or 7.5 scale or something like that. You guys can see a quick comparison there between my Big Rock and also my Limitless, and you guys can see how large this vehicle is. So that's a good thing. And looking at this up close, like I said, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this. It does have 12mm hexes on it. Tire compound and stuff is good. I did kind of run this around in the living room and then took it upstairs and ran it real quick because I was just kind of geeked to run it. It is very detailed. It does have a real spare tire on the rear of it. It is solid axle and suspension setup. Now, looking at a couple of videos I've seen, some of the stuff when people actually try to bash this, they do end up snapping this off or actually just popping these pieces off in the back down there. But like I said, I don't think I'm really going to bash it. I may just do a speed test and I may take it off road briefly, but that's probably going to be about it because I really don't want to tear this up and mess this up. And like I said, this is 2 to 4S capable. I think 3S is going to be the sweet spot for it. And if I can fit my 4S, and I got an 8800 4S, I'll go ahead and speed test it on 4S. If not, we will just do 2 and 3S and leave it at that. But the 4S can fit in there. I'll go ahead and do 3 and 4. So we wanted to see some speeds and stuff on there. And then real quick, it does come with this particular radio here. You guys see there's the DX3. It does have AVC and stuff on it. All your basic trims and knobs and stuff on there. The adjustment for the AVC. And you guys know if you have a smart battery, you can utilize that. You can utilize that battery as well there. And it does have trims for 50, 75, and 100%. But one thing about this is I want to see these lights real quick. Beep. So this thing has some very, very bright lights on it. And I think that's what makes this actually worth the deal. It makes it stand out more than a lot of other vehicles. Losi does a good job with their scaleism of a lot of their RC vehicles. And this is no exception to the rule with it, especially with these lights and then the drivers and stuff. And there you guys can see that. But these lights, as you guys see, are really bright on here. So let me go ahead. I'm going to quit my yap, and I'm not trying to make this a long and talking about all the details and going in and you guys see all that. I'm not going to do all that with it. The one thing about this too is the battery component is underneath it. You guys see there. So you do kind of have that wire kind of sticking out there. I think some people may have snapped that drive shaft when they were doing 4S and they had to upgrade, but I'm not 100% sure with that. That is aluminum there, and then this is plastic there. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't plan on really trying to bash this. I just really want to kind of get it out and see it run on the street. So I'm gonna quit my yap and I'm gonna go ahead and see if a 4S will fit in here, and if it does, we'll test it with that. If not, we'll just see what the speeds are in 2 and 3S lipos. So give me an hour to get batteries charged up and get this going, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, y'all, we are gonna speed test this on 3S. None of my 4S lipos will fit up in there, which will be fine. I think 3S will be fine for this. So go ahead, get this started. Make sure it's catching. That's not gonna be that fast. This isn't meant to be a speed car, speed demon or anything. And I'm gonna try to take it kind of easy on this pavement and try not to flip them, because you guys see how good this actually looks. And I'm gonna take it off-road. Matter of fact, let's go this way. It's actually getting up pretty good. Get this back down. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, I gotta turn that AVC down. No, 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 we ain't gonna have that. I know it's gonna help in some instances, but take this on back over here. Make sure no cars coming. Get with that solid axle. 4S is gonna be too much for this. I think we're gonna get about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Woo, watch out for that curve. With this on 3S, which is fine. If it's too fast on 3S, you can always dial it down. So anyway, let's see what we got, as that's, you know what, it would help if I would have started that, right? All right, let's try this again. Now, I did see some of the previous issues people talked about with this, as far as try to do heavy bashing and stuff like that with it, but definitely gonna have to do some suspension adjustments with this at some point. But anyway, let's go. It is a little bit stable on road, but I know it handles better in less tractioned areas, which is what this is kind of built for. There we go, straight pass. I think I hear a car coming up behind me. Let's go ahead, let's let them through real quick. Good thing for quiet warehouses. Last thing I need to do is run into a car coming to me. All right, let's see what we got here real quick. Did I not? I started this and we keep getting issues. All right. I probably had it the first time, wasn't paying no attention because I'm worried about cars hitting me. All right, just get this pass on down. I'm making this longer than it has to be. That's actually going at a pretty good cruising speed. All right, we ain't gonna try to go back down, do it again, all that. Let's see. Unless we got less than 30. 36 actually, so that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna stick with 36 on 3S, so I'm gonna take this to this grassy area and probably go to this off-road area. So give me a second, let me get all this up and let's take it off-road for a minute. All right, y'all, getting this out here for a run. I do recommend 3S only on this vehicle. Going into the corners and stuff, I do recommend slowing down because it will flip if you go into the corners full speed. But it is a driving experience, I'll give it that. I mean, this vehicle is pretty scaled and detailed, especially for the price point. You can't really go bad with this at all. in my opinion at least, especially electronics that you get with it. You don't really need AVC with it. I turned it completely off. I wish, and it probably does somewhere in adjusting, but if it has some dual rate steering where you can adjust the steering where you're not kind of cornering at 100% like that, you wouldn't flip over as much. But you guys see there, 3S is plenty for this. Now when you're going on off terrains like this, I do recommend don't turn it all the way because you will flip over. But it does have the scaleism. I mean, seeing this actually going through here and seeing the suspension working, in my opinion, is actually good. I mean, look at this coming through here. I'm at about half throttle right here. Not even half, about a quarter. So if you drive it different than you would other cars, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. But if you're trying to just blast it 100%, you're gonna be doing a lot of flipping and a lot of going to flip back over. But look at that. Straightaways may be a little different. Hit this corner, you guys see I slowed down literally almost to a dead stop. Of course, it does perform better on loose dirt surfaces like this, or something that you're not going to get a lot of traction on. I mean, if you can, take the radio out, put the radio in something else, or take the radio out and sell it, put another radio in here. Cut your costs down some. See, look at that. Like I said, it is a driver's vehicle. I think a lot of crawler guys would actually be really good at getting something like this. Heck, even if you just turn this down to 50%, which is what I just did, 50% on 3S, you'll get this right here. That's full speed. So there's no need in getting a 2S, 3S, and a 4S. Just get a 3S lipo. That's full speed. I should have tested it on speed for 50%, but even at this, now I'm going full speed. It's a lot more controllable. And it's big enough to get through this rough stuff. Look at that. Yeah. Maybe 75 may be the sweet spot on 3S. Let's see. I mean, you can always dial it up, but uh-oh, got a little flag there. Get that flag off of there. The wire's probably still stuck somewhere in there. See, this is manageable right here. I just like the way this is just moving with the suspension and everything, because it's really working it through this terrain. Look at that. All right, we're gonna need some more power. Let's see if we can get unstuck. We're stuck on something. We're not getting loose. We got stuck on that branch right there. Man, just seeing this creep through here. I'm not too much into crawling because I want a little bit more speed. But this actually is decent there. Look at this. Let's see if we can get out of that. More speed. See, that's what I mean. I went from 75 to 100 and was able to get out of there. All right, let's clean some of this mud off of here. Going through this grass. The two-wheel motion. Got some sticks on here. And we still flip. All right, and then we're gonna hit this up to 100. We can do that out here. Yeah, this is fine on 3S. You don't need 4S for this. Wow, look at that. I was finna stop and say, all right, y'all, let's take this back, sum it up. And we still had a minor flip there. All right. So far, so good, guys. I'm not gonna say do get, I'm not gonna say don't get it. It has some nice detail to it. It really does. And like I said, it's a driver's car. Now you can do some adjustments, adjust the suspension on it, and then you can probably get some extenders. I think if you extended this out and made it wider, that would actually make this thing perform really well, and possibly taking their rear tire, but now you're taking away from the scaleism of the vehicle. But I think some people have made it a little bit wider. I think I got some extenders that'll extend this out, I think 12 millimeters or so. So I may put that on, I don't know, I may or may not, but we'll see. But at least wanted to show this to you guys. Like I said, there's a link below in the description to this, and I got the Losi buggy coming as well if you guys want to check out some of these deals while they're still available and for the next several days or so at the time of this video. So anyway, don't forget to comment, like, put your comments down below, subscribe if you have not subscribed, hit that bell, make sure you hit the notification button to get all notifications on it, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.